From the dawn of humanity, we have yearned to uncover the mysteries of our origin, where we came from, why we exist, and what destiny awaits us. One of the oldest and most enduring stories is that of Adam and Eve. But what if I told you there's a forgotten text, a missing chapter that unveils hidden truths about what truly unfolded after they were cast out of Eden? Throughout history, whispers have circulated about secret manuscripts, texts deliberately left out of the official Bible, hidden away for reasons still debated today. Among these is the lost book of Adam and Eve, a forbidden writing that promises to reveal untold details about the first humans, their battle with dark forces, and the profound consequences of their fall. What exactly does this lost book reveal? Why was it excluded from sacred scripture? And how threatening could these hidden truths be to the foundations of what we believe? In the next moments, we'll explore rediscovered fragments of this ancient text, examine its startling claims, and uncover why its message might change everything we thought we understood about humanity's spiritual origins. Prepare for a journey where the sacred and the secret collide, revealing truths few dare to confront. The story of Adam and Eve is embedded deeply in the holy traditions of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. It recounts how God created the first man and woman, placing them in the perfect Garden of Eden, only to exile them after they disobeyed divine command. Yet, beneath this familiar narrative lies far more complexity. Many ancient writings tell a different tale. Texts like the first and second book of Adam and Eve, also known as the Apocalypse of Moses, or the Writings of Adam. These Gnostic texts were excluded from the Bible and classified among the Apocrypha, ancient manuscripts often regarded as too controversial or mysterious. But what they reveal is both fascinating and unsettling. Rather than ending with exile, these writings describe an ongoing spiritual battle. After leaving Eden, Adam and Eve didn't just face mortal hardships. They were relentlessly pursued by Satan, who used every deception to ensnare them once more. This narrative unveils a cosmic conflict between light and darkness, good and evil, played out beyond human sight. The most shocking part: the true punishment wasn't just death or hardship, it was a spiritual severance, a rupture from the divine source. Humanity's fall meant losing direct connection to God, opening the door to ignorance, and allowing dark forces to constantly attack, trying to trap us in blindness. Different versions of these manuscripts, especially those preserved by Coptic Christians, delve even deeper. They describe angelic hierarchies, gateways between realms, and secret knowledge hidden from ordinary humans. These fragments hint at a vast cosmic drama, portraying human life as part of a spiritual battlefield. So, if the lost book of Adam and Eve contains such critical truths, why was it hidden? Scholars suggest multiple reasons. Its ideas challenged established religious doctrines, potentially undermining authority. Its dark themes might have been seen as too dangerous or confusing for the faithful, or perhaps its mystical knowledge was reserved for select initiates. Whatever the reason, this lost scripture pushes us to rethink what we believe about our beginnings. It challenges the simple story of disobedience and punishment, revealing a saga of ongoing struggle, spiritual warfare, and the deep longing for reunion with the divine. The lost book of Adam and Eve is more than a curiosity. It's a key to understanding humanity's spiritual journey and the forces shaping our existence. It calls us to awaken to hidden battles and the realities beyond the physical world, where the fate of souls is at stake. Are we ready to face these hidden truths? To see beyond the familiar and embrace a story where the sacred and forbidden entwine? This is not just history, it's a call to awaken spiritually and recognize the deeper layers of our own life's path. As we uncover more from these secret texts, we realize the story of Adam and Eve is far richer, darker, and more complex than tradition admits. It's a tale of loss and hope, darkness and redemption, a timeless epic that continues to shape human destiny and calls us to courage, wisdom, and faith. Why was this text excluded from the Bible? What hidden truths did it reveal that so many wanted to keep secret? If you think you know the story of Adam and Eve, this lost book reveals a far deeper and far more unsettling reality beneath the familiar tale. The first and second book of Adam and Eve offers vivid accounts of what truly happened after the exile from Eden. What stands out most is its intense focus on the spiritual warfare that the first humans endured. They weren't just physically expelled, they were severed from the divine light and thrust into profound vulnerability, caught in a relentless struggle against dark, malevolent forces. In the traditional biblical narrative, Adam and Eve are punished for their disobedience by being expelled from paradise, condemned to a life of hardship and suffering. But this ancient text tells a different story. The ultimate punishment wasn't just exile or toil, it was losing direct communion with heaven, the loss of their intimate connection to divine wisdom and grace. Before the fall, Adam and Eve existed as radiant immortal beings, spiritually awakened and closely bonded with God. Their relationship was a living, breathing connection to pure light and knowledge. However, after eating the forbidden fruit, everything changed. They acquired the knowledge of good and evil, but this knowledge came at a cost. Their energy shifted, their spiritual essence darkened, their divine light diminished, and they became trapped in a limited physical form. This descent wasn't merely about the body, it signified a shift across multiple dimensions of existence. According to these writings, Eden wasn't simply a garden on earth, but a higher plane of existence, a realm of perfect harmony, light, and vibration. Their banishment was not just to a new place, but to an entirely different reality. A world shadowed by suffering, deception, and spiritual darkness. One of the most chilling revelations in these texts is the active role Satan plays. He is no mere symbol of evil, but a cunning, persistent force, determined to keep Adam and Eve, and by extension, humanity ensnared in pain and confusion. The book recounts moments where Satan tempts them toward despair, even encouraging them to end their lives, falsely promising that death would return them to Eden. In other moments, he masquerades as an angel of light, leading them astray, farther away from the truth and divine grace. This ongoing deception didn't end with Adam and Eve, it continues today. The writings suggest that humanity inherited this fractured connection and vulnerability. We dwell in a distorted world, a shadow realm governed by dark entities, whose goal is to prevent us from remembering our divine origins or reclaiming our spiritual light. Perhaps the most astonishing claim these texts make is that our reality itself is not what it appears to be. This world isn't merely a place for growth or learning. It's depicted as a prison designed to keep our consciousness asleep and disconnected from truth. Based on this ancient Gnostic worldview, humans are trapped in a controlled cycle, a simulated existence, where souls reincarnate endlessly, without recalling their divine source. Satan and his cohorts act as jailers of this cosmic system, manipulating perception and twisting reality to stop us from awakening. This concept echoes ancient teachings like samsara, the endless wheel of birth, death and rebirth, that binds souls to perpetual suffering until liberation is achieved. It suggests that our spiritual task is to break free from this cycle, to reconnect with the divine light, lost so long ago. What does all this mean for us today? If these texts hold even a fraction of truth, then the story of Adam and Eve is far more than a myth or a moral lesson. It's a revelation of cosmic conflict, spiritual loss, and the hope for redemption. It invites us to question everything we've accepted, and to seek a deeper understanding of our true nature. The lost book of Adam and Eve challenges us to awaken from spiritual sleep, to recognize the forces working against our enlightenment, and to reclaim the divine light that once shone within us all. It's a call to confront the shadows and rediscover the eternal bond with the sacred source. Are we ready to face the hidden truths that history tried to erase, to walk the path from exile back to divine union? The journey begins here, where mystery meets revelation, and where the ancient battle for our souls continues to unfold. Only by awakening spiritually can we hope to escape this invisible prison that binds us. So the big question remains, is it possible to break free? If Adam and Eve's exile was not just a physical banishment, but a deep spiritual and dimensional separation, can it be reversed? Can we find a way back to the original light that once illuminated their and our true nature? The lost book of Adam and Eve offers a hopeful answer. Though humanity remains trapped in deception and shadow, God has not abandoned us. Hidden clues and sacred wisdom, once given to the first humans, still linger, waiting to guide us back to awareness. God made a promise to send a redemptive light, a savior, who would one day break the chains of this material prison and restore the connection lost so long ago. This promise echoes through countless spiritual traditions. In Christianity, it's the coming of Christ, the Redeemer, who brings salvation and light. In Islam, it's the awakening of the divine spark within each soul, a call to reconnect with God. In Buddhism and Hinduism, it's the pursuit of liberation, freedom from samsara through enlightenment and self-realization. But here's the catch. According to the text, redemption is not handed to us automatically. It requires preparation. Humanity must open its heart and mind to receive this light. The struggle isn't over. Adam and Eve's journey was filled with not only physical hardships but relentless spiritual attacks. Satan and his dark forces continue their mission, seeking to cloud our minds, drain our light, and keep us chained to ignorance. The battle wages on in every life, a constant tug of war between darkness and light, fear and awakening, doubt and hope. Fear, confusion, and despair are weapons wielded by these shadowy forces, designed to trap us in cycles of distraction and materialism. These distractions act like invisible chains, blocking us from remembering our true divine identity. If this is the truth, then every decision we make shapes our path, drawing us closer either to illumination or deeper into darkness. Ancient wisdom says that Adam and Eve were taught methods to reconnect with the divine light, techniques that remain powerful tools today. These keys, if practiced, can awaken us from illusion and lead us back to freedom. Prayer and inner connection stand at the forefront, not empty rituals, but sincere communication with the divine. Prayer creates an energetic channel, a bridge to receive the vibration of our original light. Meditation and stillness are equally crucial. Across many traditions, quieting the mind is recognized as the gateway to hidden wisdom and spiritual insight. Adam and Eve themselves spent long periods fasting, praying, and seeking to elevate their consciousness beyond the physical realm, striving to reclaim their divine spark. Sacred knowledge teaches that ignorance is the greatest ally of darkness, while gaining true wisdom marks the first step toward liberation. Purification of body and mind has been a key practice since ancient times. Cleansing rituals raise the body's vibration, making it easier to connect with higher states of existence. These aren't mere superstitions, but time-tested tools handed down to help break the grip of the forces controlling us. Perhaps the most astonishing message in the Lost Book is that Eden was never truly lost. It still exists, but not in a place we can visit with our physical senses. Eden survives on a higher plane, a state of consciousness accessible only when we tune our awareness to the right frequency. In other words, the path back to paradise is less about geography and more about spiritual transformation. When our minds and hearts align with divine truth, when our vibration rises, Eden becomes real again. It waits for us, ready to welcome us home, not as a distant myth, but as a living reality. The journey is challenging. The forces that keep us trapped are cunning and persistent. But the ancient texts remind us that the power to awaken is within each of us. It starts with small steps: prayer, stillness, seeking wisdom, and purifying ourselves inside and out. With dedication and faith, the redemptive light can break through the shadows. Are we prepared to take that journey? To reclaim the light stolen from us at the dawn of time? The Lost Book of Adam and Eve offers more than a story. It offers a map for awakening, a call to rise beyond exile and rediscover the eternal home within. Returning to paradise isn't about packing your bags or stepping through a gate. It's about shifting your mindset and awakening your awareness. This changes everything. Instead of waiting on some distant rescue or divine intervention, what if you held the power to reclaim your divine nature right here, right now? Now that we've peeled back the layers of the Lost Book of Adam and Eve, revealing hidden truths about humanity's fall and the spiritual battle that followed, the crucial question becomes, how do we apply this wisdom in daily life? If this ancient text is true, suffering isn't our permanent state, and we're not trapped in darkness without hope. Inside each of us burns a divine spark, a flicker of original light, waiting to be ignited. So how do we flip the switch and break free from this cage of material illusion? Here are some timeless spiritual practices inspired by these lost teachings, simple, powerful tools that with dedication can help us clear the fog, reconnect with our true selves, and rediscover that lost paradise within.
1. Clear your mind. Throughout the day, become an observer of your thoughts.
Notice when fear, doubt, or negativity creep in. These limiting beliefs weigh you down. When you catch them, gently replace them with empowering truths. Shift the narrative inside your head. 2. Reduce outside noise. Our modern world is full of distractions. constant notifications, endless noise that drown out our inner voice. Turning down this external chaos allows your true self to be heard more clearly. The book even mentions how after the fall, Adam and Eve began consuming heavier foods, which pulled them further from their pure original state. Many traditions agree, a clean, healthy body supports a clear, radiant spirit, so choose fresh fruits, vegetables, and clean water over processed foods to raise your vibration. 3. Try mindful fasting. When done carefully, fasting is an ancient practice used to cleanse the body and expand spiritual awareness. It's a way to reset, detoxify, and deepen your connection to the unseen world. 4. Meditate deeply. Carve out at least 15 minutes daily to find stillness within. The technique doesn't have to be complicated. Simply find your calm center. Imagine yourself walking through Eden, a sacred garden, feeling its pure energy flow through you. Let your mind rest there. 5. Use sacred names and mantras. Chanting divine names, or sacred phrases, has been a powerful tool across cultures to reconnect with higher vibrations and awaken our true essence. 6. Dive into ancient texts. Explore writings like Enoch, the Kabbalah, or the Gnostic Gospels. These manuscripts hold secret knowledge about our origins and spiritual potential. 7. Decode sacred symbols. The divine speaks in symbols, a language understood only by those who have opened their inner eyes. Pay attention to symbols in art, nature, and dreams. 8. Keep a dream journal. In ancient times, dreams were sacred messages from the soul. Write down your dreams and look for recurring symbols or themes they might be guiding you toward awakening. The Lost Book of Adam and Eve delivers a stunning revelation. Returning to paradise isn't a journey through space, it's a rise in consciousness. It's about practicing gratitude, because gratitude elevates your energy and reconnects you to the original light. It's about acting with kindness and love, knowing every choice leaves an energetic imprint. And it's about releasing the fear of death, understanding it not as an end, but a homecoming for those who have awakened. So far we've uncovered a powerful truth. The exile of Adam and Eve was never meant to be permanent. The key to paradise lies within us, waiting to be rediscovered through mindful effort, spiritual practices, and the courage to awaken. The journey back isn't about changing the world outside, but transforming the world within. This book isn't just some ancient tale about humanity's downfall, it's a hidden roadmap guiding us back to our true selves. We weren't created to suffer endlessly, or remain trapped inside a fabricated reality. Deep inside, we're sparks of the divine, endowed with the power to pierce through illusions and reconnect with the pure light of who we really are. But here's the real question, are we ready to wake up? For many, these truths will slip by unnoticed, buried beneath the noise of daily routines, fleeting desires, and endless distractions. Yet, those who choose to listen, who begin their inner transformation, will start to notice signs everywhere. Because once the mind opens even a little, the universe responds, offering more insight, more clarity. If there's one core message this ancient text drives home, it's that being cast out of Eden isn't a final punishment, it's an opportunity. A chance to remember, to grow, and to reclaim what was lost. Every decision we make, every thought we entertain, every action we take, either pulls us closer to awakening, or pushes us deeper into sleep. From this moment on, we can begin to see the world through a new lens. Nothing is by chance. Every person we meet, every hardship we face, every emotion we feel, carries a deeper purpose, an invitation to wake up. Living consciously means breaking free from the chains of time and matter, no longer slaves to the cycle of forgetting who we truly are. The key to freedom lies in mastering our energy, in seeking truth beyond the surface of what we're told to accept. Don't blindly follow what you've been taught, question everything, explore new ideas, expand your awareness beyond the limits of the everyday. The Lost Book of Adam and Eve reveals a startling fact. Our history has been rewritten, and the real story hidden away. But anyone willing to look closely can uncover the truth. If you've made it this far in this journey, that's no coincidence. The choice is now in your hands. Will you remain stuck in illusion, letting life pass you by? Or will you rise up, take control, and reclaim the ancient knowledge buried within you? The decision is yours alone. If this message resonates, share it with those around you. Open their eyes to the mysteries waiting to be explored. If you're ready to dive deeper into the hidden truths of existence, subscribe to keep the conversation going. And tell me, do you believe it's possible to return to Eden? Is awakening truly within our reach? Your journey has only just begun. Knowledge is power. Truth is the key. And the light of Eden is waiting right inside you.